Good morning. Good morning. So we're gonna do what the heck? We're gonna do a little something this morning. It's my last my last day of my vacation because the weekends don't count. So Christmas break is almost over. I want to say good morning, and I have some things in my head, and some things that are probably going to upset a few people when they hear it. But this is just my thoughts. So before y'all get in your feelings, remember these are my thoughts. And if you have anything to say, please feel free to put in the comments, right? If you watch this later, and you have some thoughts, but let's just, talk. Ooh, that streak is coming in, y'all. I've been wanting gray streaks forever. Like really, really serious gray streaks. That's what I've been wanting forever. Okay, so let's talk. Where do we begin? I want to talk about black women and their hair. Y'all. So let me preface this before anybody gets in their feelings, is that I think that everything that black women do with their hair is beautiful. I really do. I think that we have this versatility, we doing it, and enjoying ourselves, right? Hi, Latanya. However, it's just really, I'm gonna say this, it's gotten kind of out of hand. How do I want to put this? Okay, here's what I want to say. Wigs, weaves, braids are fabulous. I don't wear them, and it's not because I don't like them. It's just braids. The tension on my hair, I think, would be very bad for my hair, because I haven't had anything like that type of tension in decades. So I don't do it. Wigs, listen. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I praise y'all for doing them wigs, because the way y'all be doing putting them on and you gotta glue and then you gotta do all this other shit. I don't have the patience for it. I mean, if I could just slap a wig on and keep it moving, fine. And they hot. Let me just say this: the motherfuckers is hot. I've been known to take a wig off. So for me, wigs are strictly a costume. They're not something I'm gonna do every day, because in order for them to look good, you got to do a lot. And then now we doing the glue ons, and I'm looking at that stuff, and they got razors and shit. I could just see myself fucking myself up, all that, right? So I don't. Weaves. I've just never done weaves. And part of it is I come from a time when weaves weren't done. The weaves weren't looking good. Okay, let's just be honest. The weaves were not looking good. So, and I just never got into them. For years I had really short hair. Then I grew my hair out. And I just gotta be honest. I'm just gonna say it with real. I'm too cheap for a fucking weave. Weaves cost a lot. The hair costs a lot and all that shit. Sis over here is cheap as fuck when it comes to my hair. So there's that. Relaxes. Hey, relax your hair, straighten it down. I don't give a fuck. Wear it natural, whatever, whatever. But here's what I'm going to say about it in reference to us as black women. I feel that the use of wigs and weaves has gotten so prevalent. In some ways, we have regressed how we look at ourselves, our beauty. Our beauty standards for us personally has rolled back about 50 years. And the reason why I say that, exactly. See, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. I could do it during role play and all that stuff. So what I'm saying is, and the reason why I'm saying it is not from the grown women, even though some y'all, because I always say this, wigs and weaves have no longer become a protective style. It is your style. If all you ever wear is a wig or a weave, you're not protecting your hair. This is your style. And just own it and claim it, right? Stop trying to make it. No, you're not. And I get it, because, of course, it makes life easier. You put this on, you ain't got to worry about your hair and everything. But I worry about y'all edges, honey, because Y'all doing a disservice to y'all head. Let me just say that. But the reason why I'm saying that we have moved ourselves 50 years back is not because of what we're doing as grown people, but what I see happening with the children. Listen, when did it become for a child to look beautiful, for us to put in extra hair on their head? They got to have braids in with all this extra hair. I actually saw a weave style being put on a baby. The baby couldn't have been more than 5 years old, maybe six tops. They were putting in a weave style. They did some braids in the front, and then they did this whole weave on the back. And what I found interesting was how everyone was praising this look. And I was looking at it going, are y'all serious? Are y'all serious? I'm maybe because I come from a time, I'm 56 years old, that wasn't done. That was absolutely not. And so and the reason why I'm saying this because I work with young ladies. I've been around young women, young ladies, and very young. And what I have seen over these last few years, and I'll say the last 10 years, is that so many of our young girls cannot see themselves as beautiful in their own hair. Now, y'all can sit up here and try to act like I'm lying, but you know it's true. I literally work with high school students who will take out their weave and they don't want to be seen until they go get their next weave. They running straight to get that hair put in, whatever way they're doing it, whether it's braids, whatever they are doing, right? They are doing this, right? And I'm trying to say, when did this become the standard for our young people? And I get it. It's like, oh, I don't have, it makes it easier to do their hair. Guess what? Our hair was done. No one, it was just, it was what it was, right? People weren't putting wigs in our hair, weaves in our hair. We didn't get braids put in with all this hair down the middle of our back. We did not. People did our hair and we just got it done. And it was okay. And that was part of your lifestyle. Now everybody wants to say, oh, this is too much. I don't want to do this. Oh. What y'all doing so important that y'all can't do your baby's hair or get your baby's hair done? And just done. I mean, like, for instance, I'm not even going to say you can't get them a relaxer because Lord knows my sisters tried to burn my hair out at 4 years old with a relaxer, right? But what I'm saying is, when we put this on our children, we are changing how they look at themselves. And because when I got my hair braided, my protective style was cornrows. My sister used to cornrow my hair. And you know what it was? My hair. My hair got cornrowed. And that's you want to grow your hair out. You wore your hair in cornrows. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. And it's like everyone is so busy. It's like our young ladies don't know how they cannot, and I've seen this, they honestly don't feel pretty without the addition of their hair. And that says a lot about us and how our standards of beauty has fallen back on this. Let me say it, and I'm gonna say it with my chest. How it's gone back to this white standard of beauty to the depths of what it has gone to. It really has. Now, if you're wearing braids, one thing, but even with the braids, with the young girls, little girls, we don't need to do this all the time. And let me say this, my sister used to do my daughter's hair sometimes and put braids in and put all the hair in, and it looked cute on her. Did I do it all the time? Absolutely not. No, it wasn't her standard of look. It was like, okay, fine. But honestly, that was not the way she looked every day, nor most days. And I did her hair because that's what I knew. You did your girl's hair. You did her hair. You did her hair, and that was it. And even if it was in a cornrow style, it was her hair. Just like with my granddaughters, as they get older, I'll probably be sitting them down and cornrowing their hair because I want them to see themselves as beautiful without all that extra shit. Now, if you want to put it on as you get older and say, "Oh, I want to do," fine. But I need us to be able to look at ourselves and see ourselves as beautiful without it. Listen, makeup and everything, I look at hair, wigs and weaves and all this as another form of makeup for us. But I look at it as on grown women. But we're doing it too much on the younger ones, and it's getting younger and younger. And we're putting this on them. Why? A, because we're too lazy to do their hair, and B, we want this long flowing ass hair on these babies. They don't have to have it. Honey, do y'all remember babies with all the little braids in their hair? Just look so cute to me. I love little girls with little barrettes and little bubbles and all this shit in their hair. And we don't want to do that unless we go add some hair so the hair is down here on them and shit. If they don't have that long hair, it's okay, because now we live in times where we know more about hair care to even do at home. There's better products out here to keep hair growing and keep it healthy. It ain't like when we were young. So there's no excuses for not taking good care of your child's hair, except the fact that our own personal standards of our own personal beauty is now being bled onto the babies to make because we want them to have this long flowing hair like we putting on our head, and that's fine for you as an adult. For a child, let them be children. Let them be children. And then let me tell you something else I saw. I was watching a TikTok right before I got on here, and it really pissed me off. And it really made me mad and sad at the same time. That there is this colorism within the styling community. Like, there are black stylists who don't want to deal with natural hair, and that's fine. If you don't do natural texture hair, that's fine. Because I know the naps be real, but and you can say that you don't do textured hair, you don't do natural hair. That's fine. But wanted a certain type of hair grade. So if your hair was too nappy, she ain't fucking with it. And a certain complexion. What? I want y'all to marinate on that. They're saying that there are stylists out there. Apparently, this is a thing. I wouldn't know because I don't go to stylists that often. And when I do, I go to my boy Rod right down the street. But there's a thing about, and here's why: for their IG aesthetic, for their social media aesthetic, they want clientele that fits a certain criteria. So when they post up their pictures, they look a certain way. And some of them have complexion criteria. Besides the fact, hair texture criteria, they have complexion requirements for their customers. I was so sad and appalled by that. I was so sad and appalled by that. I'm like, have we really rolled back this bad in our color, in our standards of beauty as black women, that this shit is fucking for real? I was done. I was like, no, this is fucking insane. And then I watched a few more, and yeah, that's fucking for real. I get, they don't want to do textured hair. They don't want, and then and if they do natural hair, they only want it at a certain grade of hair. They don't want the nappy girls. They'll do a consultation and be like, I was appalled. And it made me sad to see, and I hear it from students and everything, how colorism is alive and well in the Black community. It really is. And it really saddens me that we are still doing this shit to each other. You know, fuck what other people do to us, but we are still doing this shit to ourselves. And it really saddens me. And that's why, um, even though I wear natural hair and everything, I'm gonna straighten it out sometimes. I don't have any problems with that because it is what it is. You know, this is all about a style. But this whole standard of beauty still being bandied about color fucking pisses me off. And this is coming from one of the paler people, Black folks that you know. And I think it does for me, especially because growing up, I fought to be seen as Black from everybody, not just from white folks, but from us, you know. And so it pisses me off when we're still doing this to each other. And when I say that because growing up, I grew up, you know, out here in the suburbs. And so I dealt with racism on every level. I dealt with white people who didn't like me, not just because I was Black, but because they thought I was mixed, as they said. So they really couldn't stand my Black ass, because this is a new thing. Because back in the day, white folks didn't like you if you was mixed, because they felt like we was mixing them races. So they didn't like us. So I was disliked, not only because I was a Black person, but because they thought that I was mixed with some of them. That's number one. Then on the other flip side, you have Black people who assumed that I was this or that, or had made assumptions about me because of some of these ignorant ass light skinned motherfuckers out there. And I'm gonna say it like that. So I was assumed I wasn't Black enough sometimes by my own people. So I understand both sides of the coin. And let me say this, I don't feel anything, or oh my God, you know how you got these Black folks who be acting like I don't like Black folks because they, no, it's bullshit. I love my Black folks. I'm Black as hell. I'm Black as beautiful. I love the rainbow of us in general. I really do. I love the rainbow of us. We are beautiful Black folks. We're beautiful, from the palest to the darkest. We are a beautiful range. We have just a range of beautiful complexions. We age, if we take care of ourselves, right? We age beautifully. Black don't crack, no matter what color you are, if you do it right, right? But to see this shit is still going on pisses me off, because I think that being Black is one of the most beautiful experiences in the world. I would never change. I don't want to be anything but a Black person. I want to be anything but a Black woman. And so to see that we are still dealing with things within our own community, within our own selves, about color and complexion, it upsets me. As you can tell, it does. And it can be, you know, it honestly can be, because you are hit with so much from everybody. And don't get me wrong, I'm not looking for any um sympathy, or, you know, listen, I'm gonna be real with y'all too. There is an advantage to being fairer skinned. It just is. It sucks, but it is, because people are so fucking stupid. But what makes it even worse is that it becomes this advantage within our own community, which is sad to me, because we should celebrate everybody. And it don't make me better or anybody worse, this color of their complexion. And we are still doing that to each other and still holding these standards. But I will say this, once we roll back this whole standard of hair, it really fell back in place. Let's just be honest. When we start with all of the, I need to have this beautiful long silky hair down to my ass look, then those standards roll back to this whole, we need to look like this, we want to be like, come on now. And it upsets me so much that we are seeing our young people like this, and then we are perpetuating within our young people when we do it, especially when they're young. Hey, once they get older, let them make a choice, let them do whatever. But when we're talking 5 and 6 years old, and we are putting weave in their hair, not just braids. See, okay, braids, okay, even though I still say cornrow their hair. But when we are putting full on weave in their hair, and I've seen full on weave, not just a few braids, no, full on weave. In the first place, even with the little ones, I say, please stop putting those damn braids in their hair because it's tension. We taking away, we fucking up their scalps early, y'all. We fucking up their scalps early on with the amount of tension we're putting on it. I can't deal with braids because of the tension and I know that I will lose hair. What do you think we're doing to these babies' heads who barely been on this earth, and we feel this need to put these tight ass braids on them, all this stuff, everything, every day. Come with something good. But anyway, we back on Mornings with Lou. How is everybody out here? I see a bunch of people in here. Could y'all say good morning? What y'all doing? Just looking at me? Y'all ain't got nothing to say. Good morning, y'all. I'm gonna go chill some if y'all ain't gonna talk. Hey, Faith. Hey. Oh, that's right, because you like 8 o'clock in the morning, y'all. So anyway, this is the last day of my vacation. What am I gonna do? I am really proud of the fact that I am actually making some headway into these samples that I have. And we're gonna do it live tonight, I think. I need to do a video and a live. So I gotta work this all out. Gotta work this all out. Hey, Lynn. Yeah, I go back Monday. I go back Monday into the school. The kids come back on Tuesday. Because, you know, my school, they like to put us in meetings. They're like, what we gonna do? We gonna have a meeting, y'all. So we have to have meetings on Monday. Because it wouldn't be right if we didn't have a meeting. It would not be right if they didn't have a meeting. They'd have us in meetings. They're like, what you gonna do? Have a meeting? Well, hello, Elizabeth. Hello. So I'm off that. So I done jumped off that soapbox. I'm jumping off the soapbox now. I know it was a little much in the morning. It was a little much in the morning, but I was on the soapbox for a minute. Mm. I was on the soapbox. I'm sorry. Whoa, since 15th? Dang, that's a long time. Ours went out to the 22nd. Ooh, but as a teacher, I would love that. Oh my God. I forgot how good this smells. I'm sorry. I was like, oh, am I going to put this away? I'm not. In case you asked me, I just sprayed Folly Dune Soir. Ooh, she's sexy. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Who not since December 15th. That is a long ass break. Right, the 22nd. And I feel good because I do like the fact that we went out so late, so that we had this time before. You know what I'm saying? So like what I mean is like I know some people went back to school work on the second, right? But I like the fact that we went we had this time off. You know, we had this time off in order to do it. So we got these days off after the first to, acclimate ourselves. And then we go back for 4 days, and then we have a 3-day weekend because of the Martin Luther King for King Day. That's the only good thing about January, because second semester is a beast. Because we'll have February a day off, then we'll have March. End of March is our spring break, and then we don't have another day off until Memorial Day. Whoo, that little stretch of time is tough. That's some tough time. And then of course you almost done with the year, and that's okay. But baby, that little stretch of like 5 weeks with no days off. Mm-mm-mm. I ain't got no time, but I know I'm gonna take a day off. Whew. That stretch of time is tough. You be in there like, I'm about to die, y'all. I'm about to die. And then it's toward the end of the year, and the kids is acting even worse than before because now they ready to go too. Oh, mm-mm, mm-mm. It ain't nothing nice. It ain't nothing nice. It just make you be like, oh my God. Mm-mm. Oh, most definitely. Oh, most definitely. There's gonna be a 3-day weekend involved someplace along the way. I'm gonna be YOLO, YOLO, because baby, mm-mm. Honey, that stretch is tough. Anybody working in education, y'all know what I'm talking about. That stretch could take you out. That stretch can take you out. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Sorry, I'm smelling fragrances. Oh, this is so cute. Let's spray this on before I take my shower. So all these can go away and I can actually put on the scent for today. I love tuberose. Oh my God, this is such a beautiful one. Oh. In case y'all want to know what I'm just spraying. Tuberose Le Soir by Erin Beauty. I'm going to talk about Erin and Estee Lauder because Erin does not get the love that they need. There's so many Erin Beauty ones I want. So many Erin Beauty that I want still. I want Lilac Pad. I think that's still around. There's another one that's discontinued that I want. And then I want Tuberose La Jour. And then I want a couple of other ones that I want. But now I'm gonna have to start looking on Mercari for those. That's why I said I gotta get my wish list together. So since I had an idea for look at this, my teachers. So since I made this mistake, call myself buying greeting cards, and I wound up with these little business card kind of things, right? So I decided these are kind of cute, right? Someone, says, "I'm so proud of you. Never give up." These little cards, right? So I just ordered some more because I think I'm gonna use these for my students when I'm feeling, just like give them, like randomly give them these out some days, like, hey, today is your day, you know, stuff like that. Oh, yes, I did. I've seen that one. We can talk about that too. I believe in you. So I think I'm going to I just ordered another set of these. So the first day of school back, I'm going to give all my students one of these. And, glad to see you on the back, and then give everybody one of these just randomly. All my students make feel some type of way. So now let's talk about this for a minute. Yes, I have not watched the whole 2 hours. I just ain't got them. I can't give Cat Shannon that much of my time. Yeah, I mean, it's like, since I got them, might as well figure out what to do with them. Because real talk, the kids do like encouragement, even though they act like they don't, they really do, so yeah. So, all right, I gotta write this rubric too. So anyway, um, I did watch some of it, and I know people like really talking about it. I found it interesting from what I saw. Um, Cat, his delivery is always so interesting to watch. He's quite animated. Um, Once again, and somebody said this about like Steve Harvey. I promise you, we know Steve is not gonna respond to this shit. And part of the reason why is because Steve is looking at his brand. Because at the end of the day, I've never thought Steve Harvey was the greatest comedian. He is a mean comedian. His stuff is out. He has a meanness in his stuff, but that's not the main thing. But the main thing is that Steve is a great businessman at this point, and his brand will not respond to that. So I will be very surprised if he says anything to the Cat Williams shit. I really do. Now, I'm of the camp, of course. So what? I'm just being honest. I know everybody's like, ha, 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 ha. But what I will say about this is that Cat just did what we was just talking about other people doing. It's like, so the whole coming out and talking about everybody, people enjoy that, but I'm really over it. So it was like, okay, Cat, yeah, all right. And then Cat throws in so much hyperbole about himself that you can't really listen. He loses his credibility with his over exaggeration of some things, right? So, like how much money he got and all this kind of shit. Well, okay, whatever. So, right. And so, to me, it was just somebody finally put him on, and so then he was gonna take advantage of it and just talk shit about everybody. And honestly, and I know some of them have already responded. If I was all of them, I just wouldn't respond to the shit. I just would not respond to the shit. I would be like, whatever, because and my response would be, whatever Cat says is fine. I'm about to go live my life. And I think that if people start responding that way, shit would die down quickly and no one would care. So say I was in a different space, I just was talking crazy, I'm over it. I'm past that point, whatever. However you want. But it's like, um what's the point of this whole doing things like that? What's the point? What's the point? And that's my whole thing. At this point in my life, I think no response is a great response. Like, I will, say things about things that I see, but if someone said something about me, I wouldn't even care. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't even respond to it. I'd be like, yeah, whatever. Matter of fact, most of the time I don't. Because I don't feel this need to like justify, explain and shit. I ain't gotta justify or explain myself to nobody. Right. Right. And so a few of them have responded. I think Cedric the Entertainer has responded and stuff. And it's like, said, why you even bothered? You got television shows and shit. Why would you even give a fuck? I'd be like, I, my response would be, me on a first class flight. That would be me, that would be my response. Hey, D'Angelo, that would be my response. I mean, because like for real, why would y'all respond to that? First off, he's talking about shit that's old as fuck. Who cares about who was supposed to play Money Mike and all this shit? Really? How old is that damn movie? How old is it? I mean, because I remember DJ we had the videos of it 20 something years ago. So it's like, what? So you want to talk about shit from, I'd just be like, whatever. My daughter's calling me. I guess I'm gonna have to get off of here now. I just can't have no fun in this household sometimes. It's Friday. My last day off. Why you bother me at 7:17 in the morning? Y'all stay here. I'll be right back. I'm going upstairs. I'm not getting off. Nope, I'm not getting off. Mm-mm. Y'all talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. Well, I've been summoned. Don't you grab nothing. Say hey. Say hey, so you gotta go. All right. All right. See you later. Okay, say bye-bye. Say bye-bye. Bye, Gigi. Dear Gigi. In Brooklyn. In Brooklyn. All right, let's go.